Okay, so what I'm doing right now, I'm playing, but then I'm always playing. I'm just going to be doing some pages with different greens that I'm going to mix up. I'm going to be doing a collage project in January, and it's going to have a lot of different greens in it. So I need to get some pages with a good mix. I'd like to get 7 or 8 pages, and this is just computer paper. So I'm starting out with the Golden Open Manganese Blue, and I'm going to see what kind of a green I can get with that. And I'm using my 8x10 and my 5x7 because I want to get a good mix. And I'm going to use those stencils that I bought off Amazon. This is the Indian Yellow U, Golden Open. That's all I'm using today is the Golden Open ones. We're going to mix that up and see what we got. I want a good mix and a good variety of pattern in this. Because what it's going to be is going to be a collage of potted plants that I want to do for myself. Oh, that's a pretty color. Let's see what that does. We don't need a lot of anything. We just need some variety. And there's still some white left over on here, so from what I was doing earlier today, I had another project going. But I haven't videotaped since I'd made jewelry, so I figured I wanted to get one go up and going. And just using these stencils to get some variety of marks. Let's see what we get. And I'm going to be using small pieces, so where's my tissue? I'm going to be overprinting these a couple times. Because this is nice transparent paint, so you should be able to. Well, that's a pretty green. Look at that. You see that? I like that green. I am not going to zoom in today. I always zoom in and then forget to zoom out. So today is not the day I'm going to zoom in. I'm just playing. I want it to be fun. No stress. And you can see there's still some black on there from what I was doing earlier. There's all kinds of colors from let's just go over that with a diazolone, I don't know, yellow medium. That's what we'll call it. Let's just go over the top of that. I don't know why I'm not using my other plate, but it'll give it a patchier look. If you put the paint on there, you see that spot there? I mean, I can eventually get rid of it, but you can leave it there if you like a more patchy look. I've seen one lady she does it that way, put the spots on there and then rolls over it, and then using the spots on the brayer for a pattern, which is nice, but not what I was aiming for. Somewhere I have a new doily that I picked up that I wanted to try. I'll have to pull that stuff out because I've got a couple things that I want to try using for printing that I haven't pulled out yet. Let's keep it organic looking. These look organic. All right, we'll just go over this one here again. Just keep doing that. Well, let's pull this all up on one sheet. And I actually have some, I don't know if I'm going to use it. I have some paper over there that's natural paper, handmade paper. I might pull 1 or 2 sheets out and do a section. That would be nice. Okay, so that's a nice green. That came out pretty nice. Very greeny green. Leave that one the way it is. Now let's just put our sap green on one end. Well, let's do it on here. I really don't want those dots too much. Let's do one over this, and then I'll do it again with some patterns. Well, that's nice and rich. Got some things I can use in there. Because I'm going to need dark and light and a lot of medium tones. Let's do the sap green again one more time, but with patterns in it. Yeah, I have a couple things sketched up to make collages in the new year. I need to sit down and do some more. It helps me to have projects that I'm enthusiastic about planned. I don't have to necessarily be working on them at the moment, but it helps for me to have them, this is what I'm going to do soon, type projects. And I'm doubling these over because I don't really, I'm going to take some of it up with this one. Oh yeah, might take more of it up with that. Nice. Some pretty areas on there. Make some nice leaves. And then do I have a blue-green here somewhere? Phthalo green and sap green is what I have. Let's do the phthalo green over the top. And then try and pull the whole thing up. It's not going to do real good with their overlap, but I'm not really worried about that. And I'm not worried about getting it totally in there. I just want some pattern to my leaves so I can have some variety in my collage. I'll pull this one up by itself. It should be enough information on it. I just don't want a lot of white on these sheets when I'm done. So some of them I may just go over with a transparent yellow at the end. Oh, there's not too much on there. See how pretty those are? I can see this. Some nice things going to come out of that. And I'm doing this for myself. If I was doing it to sell, I definitely wouldn't be using computer paper. I'd be using something that was archival. But I'm doing this for something I want to hang on my wall. So I have a bunch of plants. They had a plant sale. I can't remember where it was, but I bought a bunch of plants, and they've been doing so well because I still had the light system for when I put my seeds. I planted a garden this year for the first time in years, and I had a grow light to put the seedlings under because I like growing it from the seeds. And I still have that light set up. So I thought, oh, I'll get plants on this. And they're doing so well that I want to do a painting of them. I think I have the background done, the sketch done for what I'm going to do, but I might change my mind between now and then. But I figured I want to do it maybe January, February. It's one of my projects for the new year, and boy, I just moved that, but that's okay. We're not trying for anything specific. Just trying for a lot of pattern. That one came out pretty good. I don't know why it looks like there's writing across there, but there's no writing on these. Now we'll pull this one up. Now I'm going to start doing darks. Oh, that one's nice. Look at that. Especially this area right here. Can you see that? Oh. Alright, this one needs to be gone over with a yellow. And then I'm going to do some darks. I'm actually going to put some phthalo blue and yellow together and just go over the top of that one. What I like these colors are, and I'll put the links to the colors below, they're very transparent. And I did it again. It's because the whole project I was doing this morning, I was mixing on the plate to get this kind of effect. So we'll just leave it like that. But usually if I'm doing something where I want, we're just going to go over the top of that. So I've got some lights. I'm trying for lights, mediums, and darks. Oh, that's a way dark with lots of blue in it. Actually, that's not bad at all. But I need some way darks, like way dark. Let's do the phthalo green. Ah, did it again. Sap green. What did I do with that? A mixer. And a touch of black, carbon black. And I do mean a touch. Let's see if I can be gentle with this. That looks like enough. Mix it a little bit with this first. How's that going to look? I don't know if that's going to read green. We'll see. Or is it going to read black? I don't know. It's reading green. Probably not even as dark as I need it. Oh, let's just pull up some random stuff. Okay, we'll print that on its own. I have to go get some more paper. Yeah, that's not, I need darker than that even. So let's try this again. We're going to use, and I kind of want some that are really a bluer green. They're not going to be realistic, because obviously with all these prints in them, they're not going to be realistic. So I don't have to really stick to the colors I see, but I do want a good lot of variation in them. This one I'm putting a lot more black. We'll see. Hopefully the black will be enough to darken it, so. Well, once you spread it out, though. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, that's nice and dark. We'll do bits of it on a few different ones. But let's make some marks on it. Like snake skin. All right, I'm gonna have to find a sheet of paper up here. So all my paper's on the other side of the room. I've been cleaning my studio. I'm almost proud of myself. It's nowhere near done, so I'm not totally proud of myself, but better than not cleaning my studio, I guess. I'm going to pull this whole thing up because it has a nice look to it. Something that could fit nicely in the shadows. almost a snake skin. I'll just pull the edges up a light. Get bits and bobs of this stuff. There. Some interesting patterns and some nice darks. I'm going to need to go over this blue one. It's too blue. So let's do what we just did almost. But let's maybe even darker though. Try not to use plain black. I'm always putting red or purple or blue in it. Those are my go-tos. But anyways, basically I'm just playing, making some prints for a collage for later on in the year. Well, next year actually, isn't it? It's almost next year. All right, let's get some different stencils. And I hope some of you actually went and ordered these stencil packs. I'll have the link below again. They are just wonderful. I usually use my own stuff, but I have so fallen in love with these. I don't think you can go wrong. All right, let's pick us a little bit of it up on this one first. Well, not much coming up. Oh, nice weird stuff. Yeah, I think I want to stop doing that. Oh, I didn't show you, but not worth seeing. It's a mess. A mess. But I'll pull a little bit up on this one. Well, that end of it, I guess. And I'm pressing down really hard at just the top section. I get some cool patterning there. Now, do I want to do anything else with this? I don't think so. I think I'm going to pull it up all on top of this blue one, which I liked when I pulled, and then the more I looked at it sitting next to me, didn't like it. That's this one here. There were interesting patterns, but the more I saw it sitting there, the less I liked it. That's the way it goes. Oh, and aren't we glad we did that? I don't know if you can see it really well, but look at some of the stuff that's on there. Trying to get away from the glare. Ah. Let me zoom down, even though I hate to do it. Can you see that? Some pretty stuff, and that blue just makes it. I'm glad I did that one. Or redid that one as it is. Not touching that again. Now we have to pull this up. Let me zoom back up. And I remembered, yay. And let's get some, not the Indian yellow, because that's not as transparent as this Benna whatever yellow. Now that's not clean, so it's going to pick up some of the, ooh, that's way too much. It's going to pick up, and it's going to pick it up off the brayer too. Let's get some of it off. Oh, but it's not picking up too bad. Let's see how much of this pulls up. And that's the thing, I'm working now with this Golden Open. Before, things would dry pretty quick, so I would have I would know what something would do. With this, I'm a little bit not knowing. Out there wondering, is it going to do this or that? So I have to like relearn. And I've noticed that every time you change your equipment, you got to relearn what it will do. So it's good to find something and stick to it for a while. And I actually did. I mean, I had a few Aztec? And I had a bunch of Amsterdam that I've been doing for, I don't know, probably 6 or 8 months, I guess. So I knew what it did. But this stuff is different. Oh, that came out nice. Interesting stuff there. I don't know why right here none of the yellow came through, but... And there's a white piece on there. Where is it? Right here? There it is. But that came out interesting. All right, I'll do 2 more. So we got lights and mediums. I think we need more mediums. Let's go back to mixing these weird ones. We're going to put a little bit of off-white in this one. We'll see what we get. This is the manganese blue U. Blue U. How rude. Okay, now you're going to go on there. I have to get all over my finger. And we're going to put a little white in it. And this is not white. This is the Titan Buff, which has a slight yellowy brown look to it, which I love. We'll see what this does. This will be a green, but goodness knows what kind of green. Oh, it's not bad. Still some of that black on the knife, so going floofy. And I think we might just leave this one a mixed moss mess and not try and blend it too much, because there's some nice stuff going on right here that we're just going to leave. And we're going to do this one again. Just pull the whole thing up. This should be a medium, but I don't know, so there was still some black in there. All right. Ooh, look how pretty that is. That's not bad. All right, one more, then I'm done for today. We did light, we did medium. And like this, I'm going to try mixing a few more things together. We're going to go with that blue we just did. We're going to do a touch of phthalo green, blue U, a touch of sap green, and then we're going to put a touch of black in, just a touch. This will probably be enough to pull 2 prints, but I'll take this, mix it all up. Try not to grab too much of that yellow. See what that looks like. Oh, that looks dark. Is it reading as green though? Don't want it reading as black on my prints. We'll see when we pull it out. Because I did put quite a bit of black in there. All right, let's see what we got. Go back into my stash, my never-ending stash of stencils. The stuff at the bottom, which would have been the stuff I used last time. And I don't clean these, as you can tell from looking at them. I do not clean them. I don't think you need to. Unless you're doing something where you're terrified that the... let's do it half on this one here, which isn't that exciting. Let's do this half on this one. Unless you're doing something where you really need it to be a pure color. I don't clean them. That really did come out nice, and it is reading green, a very dark green. Well, let's pull the rest of it on a plain sheet, and then I'll just go over that sheet with yellow later today. Because this is really pretty dark. Yeah, see, I would know if I was using the colors that I used to use. I would know I could do this and just wait just a minute and then put yellow over the top, and I would get a good pull. But these stay wet so long. Now, I don't know if I want to even try. No, I'm just going to pull that as is. I think I have another sheet of paper over here. But that's the thing. I know I can fuss around and it'll still be fine a few minutes later, which some of those other colors I was using, that didn't happen. A few minutes later, you couldn't pull it up. You have to wait, put another coat over the top of it, put your paper down, and then wait till the whole thing dries, which is not fun, but I don't mind doing that. Now that is an interesting green, and that was what, the blue and the two greens and a touch of black. And see, it's pretty much dried on there. That is pretty. Let me pull that up with yellow, we'll be done. And then I can go through and show you what we did. Because I'm not going to put the photos at the end because they're not even, they're not pictures. They're just something that's going to be cut up later. And this is the Benna whatever. It's going to be a strange pull. Streak of white on there that I don't know where it came from. But it doesn't matter. Like I said, this is all going to be pieces of something. It's not a full anything. Ooh, that's strange. It's strange and moody looking. Look at that. Pretty interesting. Okay. Let's do yellow over this one right here, and then we're done. And then I'll show you one by one what they are. I really love doing these. The reason why I'm doing these, I mean, I have plenty of gel printed paper for collage, but every time I do one with I like to do flowers and I like to landscape. Every time I try and do one with leaves and trees, I go back and look and I don't have enough green. I don't have enough green. I don't have a variation of green. So all right, let's see, that's much better. All right, we'll go through these one by one. Let that one dry a bit. Okay, let me move this out of here. Move my stencils over, and I will put the link to the stencils. Oh, I had cut that out to use and didn't use it. One hand doesn't know what the other hand's doing. All right, we're going to move these up here out of the way. Yeah. Okay, let's go through these one by one. I have to be careful not to stack them. I'm going to pull this down to where you can see most of it right there. Okay, there's that one. Beautiful blues and greens and patterns in there. There's this one we just did, which is already dry. And this has some nice stuff, especially this area over here. I can picture some nice cuts out of there. Some weird stuff there. But. And this is totally different. I really like that. There's some nice stuff in there. This one will give me some lights and some lights with some variations. And see the differences in the greens? If you lay them out like this, look at that. This will give me a good medium green. I don't know if I really got a good dark. I guess I didn't. I can come back later and try again. There's this one. It's got some good medium and a little bit of light here. Another good medium green. Not bad. There's some nice areas in here I like. And this is light here. I get some lights in it. This one's a mess. But I could probably find something with a cactus to do to this with this part. I do have a couple cactuses. And this has lights and it has mediums. Too much white in there for my taste, but I can actually go over it with watercolor if I need to. This is a good light. With a few patterns in it. And this one has really nice patterning. I think I can do something good with that. But can you imagine the leaves cut out of all these different designs instead of just plain leaves? That's what it's going to be. And this is the only good dark, the only dark that I got. But it'll do. I'll probably come back later and do dark, dark. I've got to remember to boost up the dark because as it dries, I mean, these are the only two even close to darks that I got. You can see. But they're different and they'll do. But now I need some darks that will work in the shadow areas. And, I mean, I don't have any leaves that are that dark. But thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I love doing these. Like I said, this is just an exercise for something, project I'm doing later. Hopefully I can put that project on a video too when I get it going. But thank you for viewing my video. I will put the link to all the supplies below. Give it a like if you like it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Hit the little bell. I have to remind, somebody keeps telling me, you don't tell them that. Well, okay. Hit the little bell if you want to get reminders when a new video comes out. And you have a lovely day.